What do you have?
I was eating maybe some cake and
Maybe.
a cup of a cup of coffee.
Okay, okay. So maybe it's because he doesn't know where that comes from, so he guesses his cake.
Did you
Yeah.
have the chance of watching those videos I was telling you?
Well, I'm watch them, that's for sure. But I was a little bit busy with another student who had
Yeah.
the chat programmed at 5:40, and then I only had like 15 minutes to get ready. My wife is cooking a cake, baking a cake, and of course I just went around to see how she was doing, because she's pregnant. So you gotta be a gentleman all the time. Try to
Yeah.
treat her the
You
best
gotta be
you can.
curious. You gotta be curious.
They are they are time bombs waiting to explode. So you gotta you gotta treat them carefully, man. Be mellow with them. Otherwise, pregnancy can blow on your face. Oh, that's actually something that I have as a rule of life. It is just be a gentleman all the time with your wife, and you'll live happy.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she's
You
a very
appreciate.
she's a very understanding woman, so I don't have to make such a big effort. But of course, if I don't do, things can get nasty, man.
Yeah, they mostly appreciate when you are chivalrous. You were saying,
Yeah,
gentleman.
totally. So yeah, you were telling me about working out thing, and well, man, yeah, I need to start working out. Here I have a one of those, uh, how do you call them? It's multifunctional
Yeah.
machines, and I have a couple dumbbells and a mat and a little one of those yoga mats, so I can like make the exercises when I have to lie down. Well, I gotta retake the the workout, man. I'm also really soft now.
If I compare the level I had maybe with 2 months ago, yeah, there's no question about the fact that maybe yeah I don't have the same stamina. However, I wish this situation will be become uh, to normal. Will become to normal maybe in 1 month. As of
Yeah,
June, I think that everything will have changed for the better.
yeah, that's for sure. The only problem with gyms is that there is plenty of contact. Even it's not direct, but it's indirect. So you will end up touching or getting in contact with somebody else's uh, sweat, somebody else's saliva, whatever, man. It's gonna be nasty. So yeah, that's one of the biggest problems of gyms. I don't think they are going to be open, but until next year maybe, because gyms are really dangerous for this social isolation. It is a difficult branch to activate. The protocols
Yeah,
should be like incredible to follow.
yeah, they have to be strict. Yeah, yeah, it's highly
Yeah.
likely that if you get into a gym, maybe I don't know in Spain or well here in Colombia, you are prone to be contagious of these these diseases. But yeah, we will have to wait. We'll see. I don't know what the government's gonna do,
Yeah, of
but
course, there is a big hard decision to make here, or maintaining the economy active through work, or keeping the people in the house at the expenses of the economy. It's a really tough decision. I don't want to be a governor right now. I don't want to I don't want to know about politics right now. They must be having the hardest time ever.
what I do know is that well, I'm of the opinion that if the president had cracked down on, for example, traveling 2 weeks before, this situation get worse, I think that we didn't have this kind of problems.
Of course, they they waited till the first infected got in. It is ridiculous, of course. The borders should have been closed before the first infected
Mhm.
came through, but there's always like that feeling of immortality. We all got really deep inside that it's not with us, it's not with us. That can't affect me, but we only realize that we are mortals when we are about to get in the coffin. That's too fatalist, but it's true. We all believe we are immortal, but that's one of the positive things about this situation. It's that we all know now that we are all fragile. It is not like Avengers game where we are the superheroes. Of course, we always believe we are the superheroes. Well, I don't know. These other students are not showing up. Is it my is it my Skype or they are not here? They are not here, right? It's only you and me.
Okay.
Well, that's not a problem. We were supposed to be having the verbs and prepositions. That's kind of a tricky topic, but I'm pretty sure you know a lot about that. So we might move on very quickly on those things, and we can check other topics. The only problem is that maybe the people watching this as a recording, they might want to know about those things. So I gotta stick to it as much as I can. So if you don't mind, I will
No,
be
for me
explaining some basic things to you.
there is no trouble.
All right.
And when it comes to this topic, um, I'm on board of the idea that you have to study carefully, as there are
Totally.
some prepositions plus combinations. It is just like collocations, and
Totally.
if you're able to use them properly, you're gonna get the points when it comes to TOEFL, IELTS, or any kind of international exam.
Yeah, this is a tricky topic. You never stop learning because, as you say, collocations are all the time uh, in the corner. You just turn and there is a collocation you gotta use. So we gotta be aware of those combinations of verbs and prepositions. Hey, Julissa, welcome.
Hello, teacher. Sorry for enter late. I was cooking, so I was
Oh
busy.
my God, I can't believe that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Of course, you gotta deal with your house chores, and as I remember, you told me the last time you were practically the only one taking care of the house there. So I totally understand your situation. That's a good girl. That's a hardworking woman. All right. So
Thank
as
you,
you know,
teacher.
okay. So as you know, we are going to see today this combination between verbs and prepositions. Let me start sharing the screen. It is, as I was saying to Leonardo, the very tricky topic because we we must keep on studying them all the time. We never know when these gringo locos are going to make a change in the way they use their verbs and prepositions, and we gotta be there as second language learners to rebuild our learning from what they want to do or want to say in their own language. So, as usual, we have this British Council page, which is the one that explains most of these topics in a British, from a British perspective, is the one that the university is recommending for us to study. I recommend you this page, of course, if you want to check again the skills, the grammar topics from beginner to pre-intermediate to even more advanced topics, vocabulary and business English, whatever you need to know. This British Council page, the green one, is the most advanced and it's created with content for adults and older people. There is another one that it's kind of purple, I think, and it's for teens, and there is another one that is orange and it's for kids. But as you know, in English, we always have these topics to learn, even if the materials created are made for children. I never reject anything coming, talking about English because we always have something to learn. So let's try and do these warm up tests. They don't give us any explanation at first. So let's see if we know how to use them. I'm gonna open this test, and the first one it's for Julissa, and the second for Leo, and that way we continue solving the points one and one until we get the results. It's only 8 questions. So what we got to do here is, as the instructions say, write the correct preposition to complete the sentence. Choose from the following prepositions: for, from, in, of, on, to, and with. So Julissa, what do you think goes here in the first one? Do you see my
Teacher, the string is not clear.
The screen is not clear. Okay, let me see if I can increase the zoom. Do you see better there?
Yes, teacher, it's better.
Okay, do you prefer it to be a little bigger, or that way is cool?
Bigger, teacher.
All right, let me see.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, right there.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, we have these prepositions: for, from, in, on, off, on, to, and with, and we gotta put one here. It smells coconut in here. What would you put there?
Uh, off.
It smells of coconut in here. Okay. Now, Leo, what do you think on the second?
Yeah. The second one, I would say tax is based
On
on
how much you earn. All right. The number three, Julissa.
Uh, we promise to respond to all emails within 3 days.
Okay. So two. Do you know what within means?
I don't know, teacher.
Within is like inside the limits of. So no before, no later. It's like if you make a circle and everything is inside. So, for example, the test is going to be about the topics within the pages 10 and 20. That means no later than 20, no before 20, no before 10 is going to be the test about. Yes, so es como dentro de esos límites, within 3 days, o sea, no más de tres, y en el transcurso desde el primer día hasta el tercero. ¿Listo? Entonces es como si hiciéramos un círculo en la franja de tiempo que hay luego del within. Dentro de ese periodo, within 3 days, no later than. Yes, okay, no problem. That was just an explanation about the vocabulary, but I think your answer is actually correct. What do you think on the number four, Leo?
in. I'm
In?
doing a law degree and specializing in commercial law.
I'm doing a law
Commercial
degree
law.
specialization in commercial law. Now, number five.
With our staff will provide you with audio guides on request.
All right, sounds like a good option. Number six, Leo.
It took me 2 weeks to recover from the flu.
From the flu. Nobody wants to have the flu right now. And Yulisa, number seven.
Teacher, can you show me the other?
The options,
Um,
yes.
yes, teacher.
The options are here: for, from, in, on, to, and with. Let me see if I can reduce a little bit the zoom, and that way you can see everything at the same time. Nope. So we succeeded raising the money for the local animal shelter. We
Teacher, I think
succeeded
it's for.
for raising. We succeeded for raising. Okay, let's put it there. Oh, it's here. The number seven, you say four, right? Shall I
Yes,
ask
4.
for the bill? Now the number 8, we succeeded raising the money for the local animal shelter, and the options are for, from, in, off,
In.
on,
I'll take
to,
in.
in. Okay. And now let's check. I think, yeah, right here is the button. Let's see how we did. And it was 100%. I have nothing to teach you, so goodbye. I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah, I'm a joke. Now, let's see if we can reduce a little bit of the zoom, and that way we go to the explanation. As we were saying before, even the grammar page says the same, especially here. But I will show you that page later. Mm, this is a matter of collocations. Whenever we have verbs and other expressions that go combined, we gotta pay a lot of attention to the way the native speakers do, because that's the only way we can perceive these sentences and replicate them and imitate them. So it's a matter of paying attention and imitating, as you do when you are babies and learn Spanish from your moms and your brothers or sisters. It's just a matter of imitation. So it comes here, it says, when a verb is part of a longer sentence, it is often followed by a specific preposition. I agree with Mike. She listens to the radio a lot. He thanked me for the flowers. Then it says, there are no grammatical rules to help you know which preposition is used with which verb. So it's a good idea to try to learn them together. To help you do this, write new vocabulary in your notebook in a sentence or phrase. Here are some common verbs for each preposition. So as I was telling you before, it is a matter to learn them. It says learn them together, but of course it's a matter of imitating what others say, especially if they are trustworthy. If you are confident that the person you are listening to it's good enough at English, then try to imitate that. Then it says verbs with for: waiting for, apologized for, applied for, asked for, and prepare for. Yes, they are all verbs that go with for. They are waiting for a bus. He apologized for being late. I applied for the job, but I didn't get it. How do you ask for a coffee in Polish? I have no idea. I can't go out tonight because I have to prepare for my interview tomorrow. Yes. So as you see, all these verbs go with for. Julissa, have you ever apologized for anything in your life?
Yes, teacher, when I have a discussion with my brother.
Hmm. Yeah, so you are the one who apologizes, or you always apologize, or it depends.
Both apologize.
Okay, so he's an open-minded brother, huh? Because I have two brothers. One of them is really loving and caring. He's always trying to find a solution for the problems the best way possible. But I have another brother who never apologizes. He is like the proudest man I ever met. And he never says sorry. No matter how wrong he is, he never goes with the sorry part. It is like no matter who did it, if it was him, if he was caught red-handed, it doesn't matter. He never says sorry. It is a little bit difficult to have a relationship with him, and I actually have a very, very little contact with him for several years now. And it's because it's very hard for my brother to apologize for his mistakes. And it's all right. I understand he's really proud, and maybe that's the only thing he can grasp from. But I would love him to have yeah, a better inclination to say sorry whenever he's the one with mistakes. I actually miss him a lot. I'm getting sentimental now. Well, but the thing is, yeah, apologizing is it's a difficult verb to conjugate, especially when you are the one to make mistakes and you need to make the others know that you know your mistakes. So yeah, it's a really important verb for our lives. Now, applied for. I know that Leo had an interesting experience with this verb in the past when you applied for the place at the university in the United States, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell Julissa a little bit about that experience?
Okay. Uh, I vaguely remember about this, but 3 years ago, I just wanted to be a staff in the United States in order to do a master's program. So I decided to apply for three universities. There was one in Arkansas, another in Los Angeles, and the last one, maybe it was the place where I want to be, and it was in Florida. So I applied for these universities as the main goal, the ultimate goal for me was get a full scholarship because when you are studying, when you are living in the United States, uh, you're gonna have many problems in order to make ends meet. It's highly likely that you're gonna have maybe 2 or 3 jobs.
Yeah.
So in order for you to be able to succeed in that country, you're likely to, for example, if you are at university, you will have to have a scholarship. That's why I applied for a special one in Florida. However, I didn't get it. The situation it fell through. Um, Simply because there were other musicians who who did a better performance in that audition. However, I decided not to complain about this. Maybe I changed of track. There was an opportunity for me to be working as an English teacher, so I decided to take on this challenge. And because of being working for quite some time, maybe 1 year, I was enamored of this career. Then I was telling you about the experience that I had in public school. I wasn't teaching English. I was working as an art education teacher. However, there were some times when maybe my spare time I was working out, and there were some students who gravitate towards me, and I decided to practice English with them, with those guys, and they felt interesting about this. And sometimes they said, you know, do you know, teacher Leo? I wish you were my English teacher because I don't know the way you just say things. You have this kind of, I don't know. You have this charisma. So I would like you to be my teacher, and it's very easy for me to understand what you try to tell me. And it was what prompted me to apply, maybe to enroll in UNAD. So I decided to go to Tunja in order to know about this process. And the first person I had the opportunity to meet was Liliana Moreno, the director of this course, by the way.
Yeah.
And she is such a nice person and motivated me to keep on working on my English skills.
Well, man, and I'm pretty sure you're going to do very well on this path. You are not going to regret it, especially because I also had I also had these kind of experiences where you think you are going to regret, but in the end, it is the path that the destiny that you had to go through, and I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure you're not going to regret. You're going to kick ass in your classes, and the students are going to love you as well as they are going to love you, Lisa, because I've met several students here who have a bright future. I just want you to keep on working hard for your dreams. It doesn't matter how many times you fell down. You just gotta keep on going, man. Just keep getting up, keep fighting for your dreams, and they are going to pay really well in the end. Let me tell you that because I have lived it in my own flesh and I don't regret a single minute. This is the best thing that ever happened to me, and I had to go through a very painful path as well. But but now that I see my past and I say, man, it's a blessing. It's every single piece of what I thought it was failure in the past is now something that I consider uh, a part of the jigsaw that I had to complete in order to be happy. And I am totally happy right now. I I can't be happier. I would be happier if all my students like learned English from me like in a blink, but I know that would make this job very effortless and useless. What makes it valuable is the effort that I have to put on it. So yeah, welcome to this path, man. I know you won't regret it.
No.
All right. So thank you for sharing that experience with us. I know sometimes bringing those memories back can be a little bit painful, but also they serve as healers for those little scars that are still there. Well, let's continue because I'm getting sentimental today. Maybe it's because this is my last grammar class with this thing, but I am pretty sure I'm going to apply for a job at UNAT as a permanent teacher. I really love the people I'm finding here. So it is
You'd be
like,
awesome.
thank you, man. I
You
really,
remind me. You remind me this guy, Victor Bedoya. You know, he's from Medellin as well.
yes.
And yeah, his level is amazing. He's quite impressive. I was telling you all the things that he's able to do. And I was asking him if maybe why why didn't he think about be working at UNAT? And he told me that well, he works a as a fireman.
Hmm.
Maybe it's in the foreseeable future, but he's um, getting good money, so he's well paid. I think that maybe if something bad happened in his job, maybe he's
Who would
considering.
consider?
Yeah, he would consider working here.
Yeah, of course, being a teacher is not for anybody. It's not for just anybody. You gotta have some powerful call inside of you because, of course, it's not the best paid of the jobs. So if they are getting better money doing something else, it's something they are not going to consider very easily. Teaching is not easy. Well, I really hope we can have even more talented people like him or like you, just at the lines of teaching, because all these country needs uh, not only teachers who got certificates, because many people right now is just working for the paper and for the titles on ink and paper, but what they need is the actual charisma, the actual talent, the actual knowledge of the language. I know people who have plenty of certificates. They have master's degree. They have uh, this rank in the teaching scale. They are like the highest scale, but they don't know English at all. So when they go to the classrooms, it's like they don't know what they are doing, and the students get bored and they don't even know how to handle technology, but still they are earning 5 or 6 times better than a regular teacher. And it's sad because in this country it is like the paper talks more than the actual talent. That's why my wife and I have an academy of private teachers for around 6 years now. And what we always look for is that charisma, no matter how undergraduate the person is. If the person is good at what they know, especially chemistry, physics, or English, we hire them. We have most of our teachers are actually students from the last semesters of the careers. We don't care if they don't have the certificate of the title. We are just looking for talented people who can teach, who can actually transmit that knowledge to our students. And when the students realize what they need is a person with charisma trying to transmit the knowledge, the title is in a second, or maybe third uh, place in consideration.
Yeah, it's something trivial.
Yeah, it's like if you are going to get a surgery by a doctor who has a f- like 100 titles, or the doctor who actually knows how to make that surgery. Well, you go for the one who knows how to make it. I don't care how much cartones do you have.
Yeah, you're right. Totally agree.
Yeah, that's why we gotta strive for becoming better every day. No matter how good we are at the moment, we always have something new to learn. It doesn't matter if it's the actual knowledge regarding the subject we are teaching, or if it's maybe other techniques of teaching or didactics or anything. Man, I've discovered with these kids in the primary school and the school where I teach that you never stop learning or updating your teaching ways. The kids are all the time demanding new styles. It's funny how teachers sometimes get in the classroom with the same crossword and word search, and they think it's gonna work like the way it worked when they brought it the first time. And the teacher and the kids are like, "Oh my God, teacher, another word search, another crossword." It is like we had enough in 2019. And well, but it's a matter of keeping yourself up to date on the trends of teaching, reading a lot, and trying to renew your ways. It is as simple as looking for a small game or a small something from time to time. Well, let's continue because this is not a class of how to be a teacher or whatever, man. I always get away from the subject, always, man. I am a very talkative person, I guess. Then, verbs with Julissa must be. Julissa, are you okay? You don't mind me talking like this? This is a
No,
rant.
teacher, I like to hear that topic.
All right, all right. I'm glad that you like to hear it too, because it is like I feel this is the last time I'm gonna see you guys, and it is like I'm getting like more emotional than I would. The other classes were like more focused on the topic of the grammar thing and stuff, but I feel like I just gotta leave that piece of my 2 cents for you, so you can you can like have that in mind whenever you are going to be teachers. Never regret being yourselves. Kids are going to love that, the students are going to love that, and that's what matters. Right now I'm a little bit of a rebel when it comes to rubrics and when it comes to processes, because I try to think more on the kids. For example, right now on the virtual classes that we are giving at the school where I work is called Colombo Británico in Envigado, and it's one of the top schools in the country. They got like between the first 10 of the department, and they are between the best 100 of the country. The thing is that whenever we have these kind of schools, the teachers start getting proud, and they, especially math, physics, and chemistry, they start believing like they are the only ones in the world. The school where I work is emphasizing in English, and of course the kids have like 10 hours a week. It's everything in English all the time. But given that engineering is having such a popularity in our country, engineers are all over the place, uh, all types of engineering, and they are the best, I think, the best paid profession right now. The thing is that the teachers are believing that they are the only ones with subjects in the school, and they start overloading the kids with work. They forget that they have to respond to other subjects, and they believe that kids are machines of solving homework. That's something we cannot fall into. I forget that we were students once. If we have all the teachers giving us assignments to give back, and that gets crazy. So you should see my English classes sometimes at that school. It was like, "Oh, teacher, please give us like half hour to finish this math homework. We had the whole weekend, I know, but it was too long, and we had so many other teachers asking for assignments that we didn't have enough time." And I say, "Yes, go ahead." They were even asking me those favors in English, so I thought it was plenty of training for me and for them. But it is a matter of not losing your human side. We are not we are not just people waiting to give grades or judge the performance of somebody. We are there to show them how to be people first. Then, before I continue giving this kind of training session about how to be a teacher, just be true to yourselves. Just never forget that. Be true to yourselves. Don't be afraid to be yourselves. Don't be afraid to use any resource that you think is good, because when you try is the moment of truth. You will see if it works or not when you try. It doesn't matter if the people say, no, this doesn't work, or no, that's not the way we are supposed to teach. If you find a way to teach and you see your students are making progress, go ahead. No matter how ridiculous the others say you are, no matter how the others think about that. I have been I have been dancing with my kids in the classrooms, and I have got teachers come to the classroom to to tell us to turn it down a little bit because it was like a big fuss, it was like a big chaos. But they were all practicing English. That was the fun part. They were looking for a reason to tell me off about the classes in disorder, what they consider disorder. But when they saw the kids were dancing and singing in English and participating in the class, they were like, "Oh my God, how do you do that? My students are here just falling asleep, and you have them sweating in the English class. This is not even the physical education class. How come?" And it's just a matter of being a kid with them. Never forget that you were students. Man, I can't believe myself. I can go on and on. Well, let's go back to the topic. I'm sorry. Verbs with from. Uh, this is especially important because sometimes we don't know how to combine this preposition with the verbs. So here we have some examples, but we will see plenty more during our experience and during our learning of the language. It says, this spray should protect you from mosquitoes. Has he recovered from the accident yet? It's really important to check the yet location on the sentence. Sometimes this is a problematic topic as well for learners. The use of yet, already, now. Just remember that so you can locate them properly on the sentence. Normally the adverbs go before the verb, but sometimes, like yet, they go at the end of the sentence. Has he recovered from the accident yet? Normally in questions, the yet is the one to use. And the already is more for affirmative statements. Now we say she won an award because she saved someone from drowning. Julissa, do you know what drowning is? This word here?
No, teacher.
Drowning is when you are in a swimming pool, for example, and you start uh, drinking water involuntarily. Like you don't want to drink it, but she's going down your throat. So you're drowning. Uh, you can't breathe because the water is blocking the path. Yes, so drowning is what happens to a person when they are underwater and they can come up. They are drowning. They are losing their lives because of a liquid coming through inside the body. Is it clear? Or
La is like when a people is como ahogándose.
totally, yes, that's it. So when liquids or solids are blocking the path of air inside your body, you are drowning or suffering suffocation. But in this case, drowning is especially with liquids. When you are inside a swimming pool or in a river, it's drowning.
So you plunge into the water, maybe because you have a cramp,
Yeah.
and you don't know how to swim as well.
hmm So she won an award because she saved someone from drowning. Imagine how many awards do life Savers have their what's the name of that? The people who work there. I forgot, man. Life
Mhm.
what? Lifeguards, I think.
Yeah.
Lifeguards, yeah. Well, yeah, lifeguards would be like full of awards if they received one every time they saved someone, especially in vacations time. And I suffer from allergies. Do you suffer from any allergies, Leo?
Yeah, I suffer from allergies because of the weather. Uh, this may be what I remember, what I like about the city where I was teaching in high school. It is it's really hot. It's a real scorcher. However, it helped me to my skin in order to have this moisture of the
Hmm.
skin.
So whenever your skin gets too dry, you start
Yeah, I guess
getting
to
like
dry as soon as I get here,
a little
as soon as
rush.
yeah, here in Tunja, because
Hmm.
Tunja's altitude is roughly 300 meters. In comparison with San Luis de Gaceno, that is near the plains, it is maybe 300 meters above the sea. So if you compare,
Yeah. So for you, it's better to be in hot weathers.
yeah,
Sounds really good. I can stand hot weather, man.
but not that
I
is boiling hot, such as Barranca Bermeja or
Wow, no, that's that's crazy. So it's like in the middle, but more
yeah.
to the towards the hot side.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. I only like the hot weather whenever I have the sea very close, so I can swim a little bit. But I don't really like the sensation of sweating all the time. I prefer like wrapping myself in jackets and blankets. I love the cold weather. I would love to live in Canada, something like that, with snow all the time. People who live there tell me, "Yeah, you say that because you don't know how it is." But I don't know. It's just too beautiful it's just so beautiful that I just wanna see that or maybe live there one day. I will try. And Julissa, do you suffer from any allergies?
No, teacher, I don't have allergies.
Yeah, me neither. I don't suffer from any, but I have one of my brothers is allergic to dust. So whenever my mom was going to clean, she had to do everything with wet fabric or wet mop. Everything had to be wet because the
Teacher,
dust
yes,
would
yes,
be.
I have.
Oh, really? So
I'm
it's
allergic. I suffer from, ¿cómo, cómo se dice? Soy alérgica a algo, alérgica, soy
I'm
alérgica a qué?
allergic
I'm allergic to coconut.
to coconut. Okay, it's the first time I hear
Yes,
it.
teacher.
Huh.
I cannot eat coconut rice. I can eat um, like ice cream, coconut
Hmm.
ice cream. I can eat because I get a lot of um, like pain, granules.
Yeah, pimples, or you can say a rash
Pimples.
when
Yes,
there are
and
plenty of them.
I get red.
Yeah,
My face gets red.
gets red and swollen, como hinchada, swollen.
Yes, teacher, and my hands too.
Wow, yeah. Allergies are very visual. Like whenever a person has one of those, uh, it is really visual in the aspect of the skin or the aspect of or the size of the skin. It's really funny. One of the chapters of The Simpsons where Bart Simpson is fighting with the Principal Skinner, and the Principal Skinner is allergic to nuts, and Bart is allergic to shrimp, and they are threatening each other with a stick that has a peanut in one end, and the Principal Skinner has a stick with a shrimp in the end of his stick, and they are like fighting with swords. And whenever they touch them, a big bump grows in their skin. It's well, I think it's a little childish now that I see, but I always have fun with that series.
Teacher, how do you say varicela?
Varicela, I think it's chicken pox if I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
Yes.
yeah.
When
Chicken
I
pox.
eat coconut rice, my body it seems like I have a how do you say
Chicken pox.
chicken
Uh,
pox?
let
Yes.
me let me put it here on the chat.
Pox.
Yeah, POX.
Yeah,
Chicken pox.
I had chicken pox when I was 17 years old, and yeah, as soon as I ate maybe some fish, my skin broke out in a rash.
So you had the chicken
No, but
pox that late in your life?
yeah, that late.
Yeah, because I remember I had that, but I was around 9. They said it
Yeah, it's
was
not a.
better if we had it earlier in life because when you are an adult, sometimes it gets nasty.
I thought that maybe it was the what I ate, the trigger for me to have this kind of allergy. However, no, the reason as to why I had this allergy in my skin was because of the chicken pox.
Hmm. Yeah, you thought it was the fish, but it was actually the chicken pox. All right, so yeah, well, as you see, we can learn a lot just by conversating about stuff. Even though some teachers think it is important to go through all the rules, I think you actually have a decent enough level to simply practice these verbs and the prepositions by combining them with real life experiences. That's why I'm triggering conversation after we see these verbs and the prepositions. Is the best way and the most effective way whenever you have a certain level, because we don't need to go all over the rules and stuff, because as you see there are no rules actually on this topic, so it's a matter of repeating and practicing. So it says now verbs with in. I know there is a very big confusion with this in, on, at stuff, especially when we are talking about location, because sometimes it's really specific. What I can tell you is in, you use it when you want to mean you are inside a place when you are talking about location. So if you say, I'm in the hotel, that means you are inside the facilities of the hotel. If you say, I'm at the hotel, that means you can be in front, inside, or outside the door. There are plenty of places where you can be with at. Yes. So it's just a matter of identifying the proper location of your body in relation to the place that you're mentioning. I will show you that a little bit later. I think we have a couple pages here to do more exercises. But of course, I always manage my time in a way that we end up only using the first thing, and the rest is for the rest is for practicing in autonomous opportunities. Now, verbs within. She doesn't believe in coincidences. Our company specializes in computer software. You have to work hard if you want to succeed in life. As as you can see here, you can change parts of those sentences in order to communicate your own ideas. She doesn't believe in God. Our company specializes in, uh, I would say, yeah, like car engines. You have to work hard if you want to succeed in school. You have to be a gentleman if you want to survive your wife. No, I'm just kidding. You have to work hard if you want to succeed in school, in life, in everything. You have to work hard. Then, do you want to specialize in anything, Leo, whenever you finish this bachelor's degree?
Uh, I don't know exactly as to what kind of field I'd like to specialize in the future, but down the line, I'm gonna I'm gonna know about it. But one of the dreams that I have in the foreseeable future would be maybe become a translator. But it's something that well you need to spend a great deal of effort. I don't know. I don't know, because well, now currently I'm working at Juan de Castellanos University, and what I expect in the future is to combine both music and English. That's why it would be nice for me working there. But well, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It would be a
man.
good
Well,
idea maybe to go to the United States and maybe to perfect my pronunciation, accent reduction, or whatnot. I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, totally. Plus, there are plenty of schools that would like to hire teachers with a high level of English, but who are actually capable of teaching other subjects than different to English. So they would like to have musicians who teach the music, but in English, especially in schools of high profile. They pay very well, and they provide the opportunities for you to keep on practicing the English and your passion at the same time. Julissa, do you want to specialize in anything when you finish the bachelor's degree?
Yes, teacher, I always want to be a translator. I want to improve my communication skills. Also, I want to specialize in like when you talk about difficulties of the children, like um, niños
Special
que tienen
needs?
yes, special needs. I would like to specialize in that.
Yeah, well, that's a really hard field, believe me. It is quite a task, quite an effort that teachers need to make in order to offer these kids the proper uh, tools, the proper resources to learn. Because I've seen kids who have these diagnosis of hyperactivity, maybe they have Asperger or they have any other diagnosis, and they are in the classroom with other kids. The teachers need to do this juggling in the middle of the class to be able to teach all the students the same topic but adapt to these type of kids. It is a really interesting topic to manage because it provides the opportunity for these people who really need support to develop in a proper way, to avoid feeling like they do not belong. And you don't know how strong the impact is on these people when they find the teachers who can foster their learning, who can foster their healthy development. When they don't find teachers who can do that, they grow up believing they are different, that they don't belong, that they are the freaks, and it causes it causes a really big damage in their minds. I've talked with kids who recover from these processes, or recover, not recover, but they actually made a successful school time where they learned because of the teachers who knew how to handle the situation, and other kids who didn't have such support. And you wouldn't believe how strong this impact is in their lives when they find the teachers who can and know what to do. So it's a really altruist and important specialization that you're looking for. Myself, I would really to specialize in something like didactics and motivation, because I've seen motivation through example is one of the most powerful resources a teacher have. Whenever I tell them to read, for example, they read because they like me, because they have a certain motivation, because they see me as a friend. But whenever I get involved in the competition, whenever I get involved in the doing, they feel more like they feel the push is harder, because they say, "Oh no, the mister is reading, so we have to read too. We gotta win. We gotta beat him at his game." So I say, "Hey kids, I read 90 minutes this week. Let's see who's beating me at the moment." And they start checking. "Ah, yes, yes, I want to beat the mister." So I try to trigger the competition, but I put myself as the target. So whenever I do that, whenever I get involved, the results are even stronger. Uh, they were making um, they were making this recycling campaign at the school, and they were supposed to be filling plastic bottles with these packets of snacks. When they were empty, they had to wrinkle them and put them inside the bottles, and then like push them inside with a stick, so they could create these kind of ecological bricks with plastic bottles. I'm pretty sure you know about them. It is like a crazy idea they have. Let me show you, like, eco bricks with PET bottles. I'm pretty sure you can see that here. Yes, so it's like an image of plastic bottles with trash inside. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
they were doing this campaign. They were making this campaign at the school, and it was supposed to be like the classroom with the most bottles filled and hard, because whenever you put trash in them, they are soft anyway, so they needed to be hard. And you put and put and put trash inside them, and they swallow and swallow. It's crazy how much trash those bottles can take. The thing is that many of the classrooms were not motivated at all. And then I decided to take one of those plastic bottles, find a stick, and during the break, I was just asking the kids who were finishing their snacks, and I was, "Hey, can I have the packet?" And they said, "Yes, mister, go ahead." And they were giving me, and I was just packing these bottles with the bags. When they saw me, they say, "Hey, mister, what are you doing?" And I say, "No, I just want my classroom to win." And they say, "Really? Hey, no, mister, I want to participate. I don't want to let you win this campaign. I can do it too." And I say, "Yeah, well, it's up to you, but I'm already far ahead. I have like 4 or 5 bottles filled in the class." And they were, "Oh no, oh my God, no, we have to look for these packets in the trash cans or anything." And man, you you wouldn't believe all these kids during the breaks with big bags in their hands, filling them with the trash from the cans, from the trash the other friends were giving them. They were like crazy guys. And out of a sudden, most sixth graders were like already having a problem of how do you call that? It was they had these classrooms all full with the bottles, and the homeroom teachers were like desperate because they had so many bottles in there. It looked like dumpsters. It was crazy. So it was after they saw the teachers involved in the campaign. Before it was like, no, we don't want to do it. But when they saw an adult doing it just for fun or just for a competition, they changed their mind and they started participating a little more. So motivational education is something I would like to specialize in the future, like finding the right ways to motivate the kids. Well, as you see, I talk too much and we already ran out of time, but I will make sure to share with you all these things. Let's try and do this last grammar test before we go. We go the same as you did on the one before. Julissa, you go with this, and then Leo. Do you see properly, or shall I go bigger? I
Bigger,
think
teacher.
bigger, yes. There you go.
Yes, teacher. Yes.
Okay, the number one, it says, I find it hard to concentrate anything when the television is on.
Concentrate on.
Concentrate on anything. Then Leo, they apologized
For hurting her feelings.
for hurting. Yes. Julissa, I never agree.
With my sister on politics.
All right. Leo, she suffers.
She suffers from terrible headaches in hot weather.
All right. Me too. I'm applying. Julissa,
On.
applying on.
I don't know, teacher.
Okay,
I
let me
forget.
let, let me show you again. Apply. Check it out.
For. Yes, yes.
Yeah, so
Apply
I'm,
for.
I'm applying for internships, no space, internships this summer to get some work experiences. Work experience. Okay, number 6, Leo.
My mother didn't approve of my friends when I was a teenager.
Didn't approve
Of my friends when I was a teenager.
of. right. Didn't approve of. Do you believe, Yulisa,
In ghost. In
in
ghost.
ghosts? Okay. And Karen, let me introduce you
Two.
to Professor Tang. Let's see how we did. And it was perfect. Okay, I guess you just know what you're doing.
I gotta
Excellent,
practice
guys.
though. I gotta practice though.
Yeah, yeah, totally. We all gotta practice, man. About when it's about prepositions and about verbs and the combinations and collocations, we never end learning, man. I always, whenever I have to teach these kind of topics, I always get nervous because you never know when you are going to find one that is the exception. And the only explanation possible is, yeah, it's a collocation. That's a good way to go out of the problem. Well, guys, I really love the conversation we had. It was more than a class. It was a very nice conversation. I really appreciate you for coming. Uh, I appreciate you for appreciating what I do here. And I just hope we can see each other again on the path. Do you
Yeah,
want to
with
say
the
something before we finish?
ladies first.
Ladies first. Okay, Julissa. This is the goodbye.
Thank you, teacher, for your time and your explanation. I hope I can see you again in other topics, and thank you for everything.
Okay, Julissa, it was my pleasure. As I was telling you, this is my last time as a practicum student. But of course, if I apply for the job at UNAD and they give it to me, I will be pleased to see you again. If we don't see each other again in class, make sure to contact me on Skype. You have it there. Just talk to me. I'm your friend.
Thank you, teacher. Take care. Bye.
No problem. Okay, Leo, man, I think this is a goodbye. You know, you can contact me as well. Just whatever I can do for you, man, just believe me, I will.
Yeah. Although I have the chance of taking few classes with you, I would say that, shadow of a doubt, it was significant for me as there were not only things related to English, but also about life, and this is essential in order for us to grow. And as you were pointing out, uh, I really take your side when you claim that it's important for us as a teachers to create motivation and the things that the situations maybe that I have to go through in school or maybe in the English Institute made me come to the conclusion that this is a force to be reckoned with, and I wish maybe in the future I wish to have the opportunity to meet you in the flesh.
Yeah, that would be
But
nice.
maybe, what I think about is that uh, in order for you to be successful in life, you need to work with others. If you work as a team, you're gonna learn from other people some kind of values, and there are some kind of maybe shortcomings and strengths that you have, but you have to play up your strengths and maybe it could be maybe kind of play down your weaknesses. But what I like to do is learn the best from others when it comes to values and some kind of things related to strategies. For example, 6 months ago, when I was working as an English teacher, there was an excellent teacher who I had the opportunity to meet with, and maybe if I differentiate, maybe the classes that he was giving, I would say that something that I like about this guy was uh, how diligent he was in order for him to be interested in their classes. He likes to employ many strategies, cards, flashcards, or even the most important thing for me, I would say that is technology. There are some games, Kahoot.
Yeah.
He likes to vary all these things in order for people to be keen on the subject, and maybe it was what I have to work a little bit more. That's why I like to be engaging with him in some conversations. Yeah, he told me that he highly recommend me doing so. He said, "Yeah, there's no question that your level is high, and what you have to do, what you have to do is keep on working and try to do something different, something that makes students feel blown away." And I
Yes.
try,
You
yeah,
never
this
stop.
it was what he recommended me. He recommended me, so in order for me to improve, and I try to not only to be studying intensively all this things related to English, but also as soon as I graduate from university, maybe to have the chance of be working in the university where I teach music, and try to combine all the things that I've been learning from many teachers and from the books as well. But sometimes maybe when you are working and reading on these strategies that are in the book, they could give you some details as to how you can tackle, how you can address a class. However, in practice, it is something different. It's totally different. That's why this is kind of hands-on experience that you get as soon as you are immersed in those classes with those guys. You know that there are different personalities. So maybe this is what the experience that I gained and that I consider significant about knowing what a public school is. I
Yeah.
know some problems that those guys have, not only social, but also when it comes to the facilities of the schools, because all the facilities are mostly out of date. So you need to uh, draw on your experience. You need to draw on your pedagogy in order to change the situation for the better. And yeah, that's it.
You need to
And
become a magician. That's what you have to do.
yeah, for example, you were saying it was interesting when you say the word juggling, because it reminds me, well, some kind of situation that I have to go through in school and even in the English Institute. Not only, for example, when it comes to school, not only because of lack of facilities, but also, for example, when I was in the institute, in the English Institute, there were some problems. There were some problems related to uh, disorder. Sometimes
Yeah.
maybe the main teacher, Jim Martinez, maybe he didn't show up, so I have to be taking care of both the basic and the advanced group.
He was
So
that relaxed.
so in order for me to be taking of those guys, well, they have to be in the same class. So imagine maybe how difficult it could be if, yeah, you're gonna advance where it's gonna be working with basic group, and I have to juggle and try uh, to do some kind of strategy in advance of the class. Sometimes maybe I try to make up some kind of uh, I forgot the word. I was gonna say that, yeah, I tried to make up some situations in which they were deeply involved. All the people were deeply involved in order to speak. Um, there were other things that I was able to handle well, but yeah, what I learned was maybe to be a mathematician per se. But I, I, I wish I could be working once again in an English institute. But in this moment, the only job that I have right now is as a client teacher in a university. But as soon as I
Yeah.
graduate, I hope I will be working in both music and English.
Yeah, well, man, I really know that, and I'm pretty sure of that. You're going to be successful in whatever you start. You just gotta keep on working, and of course, as I told you, I have an academy with my wife. We normally have several things to do, like papers or translations and stuff. So if I'm running short of personal, or if I need somebody who I can trust about translations and anything, I will contact you. That's for sure.
Awesome.
Well,
Translation is
man.
something that grabs my attention.
Yeah, totally. And I'm pretty sure you can do a good job. So right now I really gotta go, but of course you can keep on contacting me whenever you need it. I just say goodbye for now. Gotta go and have my dinner. I'm starving.
Yeah, I have to prepare some class for tomorrow, but it was interesting. It was awesome. It's gonna be awesome talking to you. So
Thank you.
I
I'm
will
also.
catch you. I will catch you later.
Yes, sir. Please do. Bye
Bye
bye, bro. Have a nice
bye. Have
nice
a good
time.
one.